everybody? Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever. As always, it is me, XFL Jim. And of course, today we're talking CFL Week 9. We'll do a quick little recap of Week 8. You know, I gotta give it to you guys. I gotta be nice, give you what you want, give you what you need. But we're talking a little UFL too. There was some UFL news. There's some CFL stuff going on. There's just a lot in the space. But before I do any of that, I have to mention that, of course, Spring Fever is brought to you by none other than Royal Retros. Now, what is Royal Retros? I ask, you ask, for me to ask you. Well, let me tell you, folks. You like teams like the Baltimore Colts? You like teams... You like teams like the Philadelphia Stars of the USFL? You like teams like the Birmingham Stallions? May almost rest in peace, we'll see. But you can get merch for those teams over at none other than Royal Retros. The best place around for your favorite merch. AF1, USFL, UFL, World League, CFL. They have it all over at Royal Retros. Go there now and use promo code SPRINGFEVER, all one word, all caps, for 10% off at checkout. That's Royal Retros, promo code SPRINGFEVER. Go get your merch right now. Right now. Put me on the background. Go to Royal Retros. Get that stuff right now. But we got a lot going on. I'm going to start this show off, of course, with talking some UFL, some United Football League. What's going on in the UFL right now? The big thing is, so they're looking for heads of like marketing, local marketing in most of the cities. And one team was left off that list, that team being the Birmingham Stallions. Mike Rapoli comes out and says they got to figure something out in Birmingham because it doesn't look like they're going to be returning to Progressive Stadium. I just think it's too big. I don't know if Birmingham has... They obviously, this last year, they didn't have the crowds that the UFL wanted. So people are speculating now that the old Birmingham Stallions might be in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if they come back. I don't know what happens. I don't know if they stick around. I am leaning towards no. I don't love that. I don't love that a team that has basically been at the forefront and a huge staple of modern day spring football could vanish just like that. That sucks. That's tough. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt in 2027 if I don't see the Birmingham Stallions on the schedule. And I'm not going to speculate on why, how they can fix it, what happens, if they can even stay in Alabama. I don't want to play that game. I just want to I take this time to reflect and really remember what I love about the Stallions' time from 22 all the way up to this last season, which, to be fair, not a great season for Birmingham. They had a great showing crowd-wise for their opener, but other than that, not a ton of support, but can you really blame them? There's a lot of different moving pieces when it comes to the Birmingham Stallions, but we'll see. We also got some showcase announcements for the UFL. They are going to be doing 10 showcases, it looks like. They got LA, they've got Texas. They're all over the country. We're going to get more into that. A couple more NFL signings here and there. Not the biggest deal. Now, for the league that is actively happening right now, the Canadian Football League, let's take a quick look back at Week 8. We had Edmonton versus Saskatchewan. An absolute beauty of a game. The Edmonton Elks won 36-34. Just pure beauty. It was It was glorious. It was so hot. It was so sexy. This game had Cody Fajardo threw for 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and that last drive, that game-winning drive to get them into field goal range, my word. What an absolute clinic. Honestly, by both quarterbacks. Like, Trevor Harris still played really well, too. Pretty clean with it for the most part. He had 1 pick, but I'm not going to really put that on him. This was, in my opinion, game of the season. Back and forth. I think it was just no team seemed to hold a lead for more than like 5 minutes at a time with how this game was going. It was absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, the best way to start week 8. And, it delivered. I can't wait. I'm so glad that we get like a back-to-back rematch in week 9. So it started week 8. It's going to finish off week 9. Super hyped for that one. But Edmonton, catapult. I don't think up until this point, people weren't giving Edmonton the credit they deserve. People are saying, the Elks are a good team. They're fine. They're whatever. But they're honestly right now, this is the best team in the CFL. They have a good defense. They have a fantastic offense when they need to. And like Rankin wasn't even a huge major part of this game. This was Cody. This was the receiving team. And this was the defense of the Elks stepping up when they had to. Though that's what came in clutch. And I'll tell you this, when he needs to be, Cody Fajardo is fucking clutch. 36-34. God, what a good game. What a great game. Number 2, we had Calgary 52, Winnipeg 30. This was a good game until it wasn't. It just got away from Winnipeg. And they just, I feel bad because Drew Brown was trying. He was trying his darndest out there. But especially to end the game, he was trying too hard. Pick. Just like, forcing balls where they don't need to be. Poor old Drew Brown. You feel for the guy. You want Zach Collaros back. Like, Drew Brown is good. He's a good backup. But this is why you want a guy like Zach Collaros, a guy that has experience, a guy that's not going to get rattled. And Drew Brown got rattled. Brady Oliveira, awesome, as usual. I will say, and I've said it before, the most disappointing aspect of this Bombers team, this entire season, in my opinion, the offensive line. It's been a weak point almost every single game. How many sacks did Calgary get? How many pressures did the Stampeders get on Drew Brown? And when you have a team, when you're going up against Calgary and they can kind of make you worried and generate turnovers, you're not beating them because Calgary's offense will put up points against almost anybody. And that's exactly what they did here. It's tough. It is tough to like give up as much as Winnipeg gave up this game and be competitive. And honestly, they were until the end. So, shout out Winnipeg. Vernon Adams, by the way, continues. He's the only guy so far now this season to not have thrown a pick. So, good on him. Calgary emerging. The tiers are forming in the CFL, and I think Calgary is going to find themselves nicely around the top by the halfway point of the season. Next up, Toronto 26, BC 12. Chad Kelly gets knocked out of this game. You want to talk about a team that has like a solid backup, by the way, Toronto. Nick Arbuckle. People don't talk enough about him, the Arbuckler. He's a good backup. It's good to have a guy like that can come in and steady the ship. Chase Bryce, not good. Just straight up not good for BC. I think Keaton Salter looked better. I think if you're a BC fan, you hope to see Salter out in the next game. That's who I would want to see. You want to see what you have with him. See what you have with the unknown factor. Because you know Chase Bryce isn't going to do it. He's not going to win you any games. And he obviously didn't win this one. BC should hit the eject button. BC is such a weird team. Like, They don't have the record. What are they right now? They're sitting there at 1-5. But the level of play has looked good. Like, in all of these losses, it sucks. It hurts. They've been competitive. They have been competitive in most of these losses. But it's hard. You don't want to say the season's done, but if you don't get Nathan Rourke back soon, you got to start worrying if you're a BC fan. You have to start worrying. And finally, game number 4, Hamilton 18, Montreal 31. Not much Hamilton could really do here. I went into this one thinking that, hey, maybe they could keep it close. 10 was a lot. Trey Ford is, I don't want to say bad. I don't want to say Trey Ford is bad because he has moments. He has flashes. But he's not starting level good. And when you look at the opposite side and you have a guy like Davis Alexander who didn't even play fantastically, it's kind of stark. And I don't think any team, Bryce Perkins, a.k.a. the fumble, I felt so bad. I felt so bad, man. I don't think any team had a steeper fall off than the Hamilton Tiger Cats. From how they looked starting the season to now, it's honestly terrible. It's disgusting. And I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for Ticats fans. Which brings me in to week 9. Let's go. Game number 1, BC versus Winnipeg, baby. The BC Lions versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to start this off. Bombers, 7.5-point favorites. BC plus 295 on the money line. Total set at 54.5. My word. This is a tough one because I think Winnipeg is obviously in the better position. They have the better backup. BC, though, maybe they go wild card with it. Maybe they throw in Keane Salter. Maybe they have something weird up their sleeve. But I don't trust their defense. And I don't expect a guy like Drew Brown to have a stinker like he did against Calgary. I want to go Winnipeg minus the 7.5. I really do. But it's hard to back a team like the Bombers that are so wobbly, I'll say at this point. They're not sure-footed. We don't know what to expect out of this team. And BC can just spring up and get you out of nowhere sometimes. I'm going to go under 54.5 for the Bombers BC Lions game. And I'm going to find... I'm going to go Brady Oliveira 2 touchdowns, plus 425. Boom. I also might do Bryce Perkins, plus 600 first touchdown. I might do it. I might just do it. Game number 2, we have the Montreal Alouettes facing off against the Ottawa Redblacks, coming off of a nice little break of a week. The Alouettes are 7-point favorites here, plus 280 on the money line for the Redblacks. Total set at 60.5. It's nice that Ottawa got a break so that they couldn't disappoint their fans last week, but they're back. They're at home. You know what I think? I think they can be competitive. I think they can keep this one close. What was the score the last time they played? The last time these two teams played, it was Ottawa 35, Montreal 37 in Montreal week 4. So that was 5 weeks ago. But they've been competitive. They've been close. I think they could do that again. So give me the Red Blacks plus 7. Give me over 60.5. Make that happen. They're going to find that Ottawa will lose in overtime to the Montreal Alouettes by like 2 points. That's what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen. Game number 3. The Calgary Stampeders versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. 2 teams, in my opinion, going in opposite directions. Calgary, 4.5-point favorites. Hamilton plus 195 on the money line. Total is set at 60.5. Oh, boy. Hamilton. I just feel like this is two teams kind of crossing on the slope in different directions. I think Calgary's on the come up. Hamilton struggling to kind of figure out what they're doing and who they are at this point. I will say Calgary's had they've had one slip up? No. Not really. 2 competitive games against Montreal. Yeah, you lose both of them, but this offense is legit. Maybe that allows Hamilton to put up some points. 60.5 is a lot of points, though. I'm going to just roll with Calgary minus the 4.5. I'm going to go with the Stamps minus the 4.5. On the road, yes. People are talking up Vernon Adams. Maybe Hamilton bites him, but I just don't see it. Especially with the quarterback playing Hamilton. I cannot get behind it. Cannot back this team whatsoever. Last but not least, game number 4. The Saskatchewan Roughriders versus the Edmonton Elks. Run it back, baby. Elks are 1.5 point favorites at home. Total is 60.5 plus 100 on the money line for the Roughriders of Saskatchewan. Mwah. Chef's kiss. I'm glad we get back-to-back on this game. What a series. This is huge implications for the playoffs and the seeding. And the Elks just squeaked by last game. 1.5 is such a tight spread. I think these teams are so evenly matched. I don't know if the Elks have another game like that in them back-to-back. Do I dare doubt Edmonton, though? Do I dare doubt the Elks? I'm going to go over 60.5. I'm going to go the Roughriders on the money line. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I'm doing the Roughriders on the money line. Make it happen. So let's do a little money line parlay as well, where I'm going to go Winnipeg, Montreal, Calgary, and Saskatchewan. So I got 3. Oh, God. I got 3 road favorites. Out of all the road favorites, I think Calgary probably has the highest chance of messing up. Sorry, 2 road favorites. I got 2 road favorites and a home favorite and a dog. Road dog. I think Cody's going to be good, but I think the fact that Saskatchewan, similar to BC, did such a good job of shutting down Justin Rankin, I think that does still play in most games a major factor. I'm going to take the dog. I'm going to take Saskatchewan. So I'm going Winnipeg, Montreal, Calgary, Saskatchewan. Those are my picks. I'm XFL Jim. Check out Royal Retros. We'll see you next week for some more hot and steamy spring fever. Give me a kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses. Mwah.